Hi, I'm Richard Holcomb, and welcome to Who Rocks New Mexico. We'll see how the New Mexico Sinus Institute is changing the lives of New Mexicans who suffer from sinus issues. We'll spend some time with El Ranchito de los Niños, keeping brothers and sisters together. And we'll spend some time with Mark Johnson of Los Ebanistas Construction, whose custom homes just might turn you green with envy. But first, let's meet Bob Farrell, publisher of the Business Resource Guide and My ABQ Guide.
Jason Mayer and myself, we worked for a national company out of San Diego doing military and chamber relocation guides, and we decided to start our own publication in Las Vegas for a niche that wasn't there and was serving all the business community. Everywhere that somebody moves, they really need a relocation guide to help them get acclimated to the new area. So we found it wasn't just Las Vegas that could use both of these type of publications, it was every major city that we went to.
In 2008 is when Bob kind of approached me about the idea of starting the Business Resource Guide, or starting a publication in general, and we kind of put together all of the experiences we'd had. Bob is very passionate about connecting people, and that's what makes him a great salesperson.
There are no other magazines that are specifically and uniquely about businesses. So we chose Business Resource Guide because it was a unique publication about businesses. Not only are we pleased with the Business Resource Guide, but during the Business Resource Guide, he also created My ABQ Guide. I'm not here to try to sell Bob. Bob sells himself. He is, what you see is what you get. We continue to advertise because we like the results.
I'd like to introduce you to Kathy Bomsey. She's our Director of Business Development. She's been with the company now for 2 years, just had her anniversary with us, and she does a great job of cultivating business in town.
One of my main tasks is to bring in new clients for Business Resource Guide and My ABQ Guide. I feel proud to stand behind both our publications. I feel proud to have my name on the masthead. I feel they're quality publications and that there's really nothing else like them in town.
You know, I clearly would recommend the Albuquerque Business Resource Guide for businesses looking to work with other businesses. I think it's an excellent way of reaching out to the business community here. So actually, with the relocation guide, we have used it for recruitment of employees that might be moving to town.
As an Air Force veteran, there are a lot of things that I hold dear to me, and one of the things I was doing while I was working here is trying to find what's really important to me, and I found this organization called Paws and Stripes, and they take care of military veterans as well as dogs and animals. They help save both of those.
Paws and Stripes is a nonprofit organization that provides service dogs to disabled veterans who are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder as well as traumatic brain injuries. What Bob's told us is that he's found a spot in his heart for Paws and Stripes. To be quite honest with you, I have a lot of people that I bump into, especially in the Albuquerque area, that all of a sudden they see the Paws and Stripes truck and they're bringing up the whole, you know, we saw your article in the Business Resource Guide. And I was like, wow, okay, that's kind of cool. And then you start to realize that we would have never been able to touch these people if it wasn't for that publication. You know, life has a way of coming full circle. And with the help of Bob and the Business Resource Guide and the publication, we've been able to get out and really touch a lot more individuals as far as with what Paws and Stripes does and our mission statements.
Bob Farrell, the musician. I have been playing music my first time on stage. My father was a musician in the Boston area. It's my one release where I can say I'm away from work. I think about just music, and it's a wonderful thing.
Dreams I've always had are coming true. A heart that was alone now beats for two. A life I'll share with you till the end of time. Thank God it all came together to make you mine.
A lot of places rock our state too. Here's another Travel Guide New Mexico moment. Located at the crossroads of US 84 and New Mexico Highway 17, the village of Chama is a high mountain community that reminds me a great deal of the Pacific Northwest. Not at all a community you'd imagine finding here in New Mexico. Chama is surrounded by green forest in the shadow of the Brazos Cliffs, and the Chama River Valley is an outdoorsman's paradise. Chama's quaint downtown has certainly reinvented itself, and the revitalized downtown has plenty of shopping and restaurants. And lodging? Everything from rustic cabins to motels and RV parks are just a few minutes away. Close by is Heron Lake State Park, a picturesque lake set among tall pines. Heron Lake State Park has been designated a quiet lake where boats operate at no wake speeds only. This park is known for its excellent sailing, fishing, cross-country skiing, and hiking. And just so you don't think that it's all about summer at Heron Lake, ice fishing is popular in winter for the Arctic set. And we found on our 2-day trip that there are plenty of family activities. When you're in Chama, one of the things you definitely want to do is go for a horseback ride. And if you're really lucky, you'll have JD bringing you along. And if you're really, really lucky, you'll get to take a 4-hour ride out near the foothills of the mountain, find a nice pond, and watch the elk come down in the evening. Doesn't get much better than that. JD, let's go. Now this is living. From winter and summer fishing to snowmobiling, cross-country skiing, hiking, and camping, there is an activity for everyone. And remember, the Cumbres and Toltec Railroad is a must-ride when you're in Chama. For the big game hunter, there's the Hickory Apache Lodge at Chama, where you have the opportunity to bag the trophy elk you've always dreamed of. And just down the road on US 64, just 25 minutes west of Chama, is the village of Dulce, which is home to the 880,000-acre Hickory Apache Nation. This former mining town now boasts a great casino and hotel. Leon, you have a great facility here. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, as you can absolutely see when you're here, we have complete surroundings of lush pine, cottonwoods, rim rocks, depending on where you're going. But either way, east, north, west, south, you have an absolute beautiful view. We have an absolute astonishing facility here at the Best Western Hickory Inn and Wild Horse Casino. 40,000 square feet of full-service hotel, restaurant, and of course our casino.
Well, when you're up here, you definitely need to make plans to stay in Dulce for a day or two, because there's so much to see, so much to do, and of course we want everybody to come on in and enjoy the casino and this great hotel.
Exactly right. We're rich in culture, tradition, and as we like to say, we love to share.
Well, we're honored this afternoon to have with us J.C. Nighthawk, who's the chief of the Hickory Game and Fish Division. And J.C., tell us a little bit about the hunting and fishing here at Hickory.
Well, the hunting and fishing is pretty good, actually. You know, it's a good about a million acres that you get to hunt on. Mostly we're known for our deer, and we're doing very well on our deer.
Sounds good to me. Let's talk a little bit about the fishing, because you have some great lakes here too.
Oh yeah, we do. We have about 4 lakes right now that are just highly productive lakes, and right now we're doing very well. It's excellent fishing. Right now we're looking at catfish, largemouth bass. We introduced some bluegill. We have trout. Of course, we have our trophy lake, Stone Lake, that's just producing.
Hunting and fishing in Dulce on the Hickory Reservation. It's something that you've got to bring your family, and everybody can take part in the fishing and the hunting.
In fact, yes, everybody's welcome, and all you have to do is get a travel permit, and no state permit required, and you're ready to go.
So if you live down south and the summer gets a little too warm for you, head to the north central region of our state and cool off in the moderate climate in and around Chama. It's a great family adventure, and one that you'll remember for years to come. Up next, we'll see how the New Mexico Sinus Institute is changing the lives of New Mexicans who suffer from sinus issues.
Hi, I'm Doug Wilson, the owner of American Tire and Service. Do you know what makes a great mechanic? Training is mighty important. Certification? You bet. But do you know what really makes a great mechanic? Heart. It's a passion that drives the mechanic to do the right thing every time. We've been helping people like you for over 25 years. We're locally owned and proud to serve you.
American Tire and Service on Highway 528 between Southern and Northern. The only guys for you.
Have you thought about taking a great vacation to a great place with a great group of people? Then I have the perfect trip for you. The Tourism Association of New Mexico invites you to join us for 9 glorious days in Costa Rica, October 11th to the 19th. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that takes you to San Jose, a coffee plantation, beautiful beaches, the Monteverde Cloud Forest, not to mention the world-famous hanging bridges, the Arenal volcano, and a Lake Arenal cruise. What more? How about the Caño Negro Wildlife Refuge, the capital city, and the unforgettable National Theater? And did I mention beautiful beaches? This invitation is open to all of you, and I hope you'll join me on a trip I've wanted to take for a long time, Costa Rica in October. I'll be there and hope you'll come along too for an unforgettable adventure. For more information and registration information, visit TANMCostaRicaAdventure.com. That's TANMCostaRicaAdventure.com. We'll have a blast in Costa Rica, so join us October 11th to the 19th.
What you don't need when it's time to close your mortgage is a nameless, faceless voice at the other end of a 1-800 number. What you do need is a licensed local loan officer who will attend your closing, sit with you and answer every one of the questions that you will surely have as you read and sign over 57 legal documents. At Frost Mortgage, we're licensed, we're professional, and we're local. We don't just close loans, we open doors.
The New Mexico Sinus Institute is changing the lives of New Mexicans who suffer from sinus issues.
Thousands of New Mexicans suffer from breathing issues, sinus infection and headaches, severe allergies, loss of hearing, taste and smell, and other ear, nose, and throat issues. The good news is there's help. The New Mexico Sinus Institute.
I love helping people, and I love watching them get better. They come in, they're feeling miserable, and we do sinus surgery or whatever surgery, taking out tonsils, and then over the next couple weeks you just see them get better. You see their pain and their suffering go away. It's very rewarding, and I think that's why most doctors go into it, is because they love to help people. And I love the patient population. You know, we see people from pediatric patients need their tonsils out, all the way up to older people who have hearing loss. And then the procedures, it's fun to be able to take care of people and actually do something that's going to make a difference, and usually a relatively short amount of time.
I saw a patient today that said that he was back to doing hobbies that he had been unable to do previously because of the fatigue and the discomfort that he had from his chronic sinus pressure.
With the sinus surgery, I do a lot of sinus surgery. Those patients are begging for surgery. There's not many surgeries that you do where people come in asking for it, they really want it, and they're excited to be better. We've set up a healthcare system basically in this practice where we have physician assistants who work with me. We can cover the whole state and be able to provide care to people who normally wouldn't be able to get in.
I'm Jeff Davis. I'm a physician assistant, and I work alongside with Dr. Alexander as one of his team members to see patients in a quick and efficient manner. It's very satisfactory to see them leave our clinic feeling a lot better.
And there's no long waits to get in to see us. Usually we can get them in within the same day or the next couple of days. And people who live in outreaches like Lovington or Hobbs, oftentimes they have to drive great distances to get health care. We want to do it to where they can have surgery, they can be treated within their hometown, and then get appointments relatively quickly.
Dr. Alexander, his staff, his office, everybody's professional, and if you need to see an ENT, this is the place you want to go. They take great care of you, and they're wonderful people.
The New Mexico Sinus Institute has expanded to 5 clinics throughout the state: Rio Rancho, Los Alamos, Taos, Roswell, and Hobbs, bringing ear, nose, and throat care directly to patients. For more information or to schedule an appointment, call 1-855-81-SINUS.
Up next, energy-efficient home building and with a New Mexico style.
It's back, the El Ranchito de los Niños Home of Your Own house raffle. It's your chance to win a D.R. Horton home and help provide what every child deserves.
To be safe in our home. Not to be hurt.
To grow up with our brothers and sisters.
Win a beautiful D.R. Horton home at La Quintista in Northwest Albuquerque or $100,000 cash. It's simple, it's easy, and you're helping kids. Order by phone or online. Call 889-6040 or visit elranchitonm.org today.
Hi, I'm Kelly McDonald, and I'm honored to be the keynote speaker at this year's Governor's Conference on Tourism. Customer service speaking engagements take me all over the world, and I'm thrilled to have the opportunity to speak to all of you here in New Mexico, particularly at a time when the Tourism Association of New Mexico is aggressively working on a positive guest experience training program. So mark your calendar and join me on May 6th in Ruidoso at the 2014 Governor's Conference on Tourism. The information I'll share is valuable for every type of business, helping you better serve your guests and bring them back to your business time and time again. For more information and registration information, visit tanm.org. See you in Ruidoso.
Need office space? 3791 Southern Boulevard in Rio Rancho represents an outstanding value in office space in the heart of Rio Rancho's business district. With clean and versatile space available, 3791 Southern Boulevard is a 2-story office building and offers good visibility with signage opportunities for tenants. There's only one suite of up to 2,700 square feet still available, so act now. For more information, call David at 505-259-3706.
Pairing today's technology and New Mexico's heritage when it comes to home building is exactly what Los Ebanistas Construction is doing in New Mexico.
Well, we started the company in 1978. I moved here from California. I had a woodworking business in California. When I came to Dixon here, I got interested in Spanish colonial furniture. I was able to rent a room in the old Catholic school building. Subsequently, we got recognized for our fine woodworking skills, and that grew into the custom home market. We hold licenses in general building, in mechanical contracting, and plumbing, and electrical contracting, and solar PV and solar thermal services. We're real service oriented. We have people that we've built houses for 25 years ago that still call us back to do additions.
Mark's attention to detail was incredible because what I do is detail only. And Mark's understanding of detail and being a cabinet maker and understanding the process was flawless. It's incredible. The service is always there. To give you a good example, when the gas went out here in northern New Mexico, it was out for a week. Mark, unsolicited, went and bought as many electric heaters as he could, and unasked, he came here and delivered 2 heaters. And he did that with most of his clients.
We've always grown within our means over the years. We've never borrowed money. We've never been under a lot of stress. Our price markup is 7%. That is way different than a lot of other companies, and we've been able to do that because we've never tried to get rich on one job.
His markup is very reasonable. I think it's probably too low, to be perfectly honest. He does a great job. I would highly recommend him.
One of the things that draws folks to our company is that it is a family-owned business. My father-in-law, Mark, he has owned and operated Los Ebanistas for over, since the 1970s, and he has always worked closely with his clients. My husband, Zach, does cabinet making, home building, and he also is involved in the solar aspect of the business.
Since I was a little kid, I've been working with my dad in this shop, watching him tinker with woodworking tools my whole life, and I finally graduated school and came back to start woodworking with my dad and took it up, and I really enjoy what we do, making cabinets. And now what's very exciting is getting into the solar industry, that we get to talk about these new technologies in solar and get to install systems on these people's homes, and it's this very empowering job after you see that meter turn backwards.
What we have behind us here is the Taos Charter School Community Solar Array. It's a 100 kilowatt project. It's the first project in all of New Mexico to be a community solar array. The nice thing about this concept, the community solar concept, is that it allows consumers who may not have an ideal location for solar at their residence or business to participate in a solar program. And what it does is a consumer for either their home or business is allowed to purchase either one panel, 5 panels, or even 10 panels. Once they purchase a panel, they are able to realize the same utility credits as if it were at their own home. So their bill is going to decrease without even having to have a solar system installed at their house.
It's time to dispel the myth that solar is too expensive. In just the last few years, solar costs have dropped about 2/3. Making a residential system an 8 or 9 year payback and a business system 5 or 6 year payback. And then for the next 25 or 30 years after that, you'll have free electricity. The time is right for solar. Let us help you become more environmentally friendly, help your pocketbook, and improve the value of your home.
Hi, I'm Doug Wilson with American Tire and Service. Did you know any independent, reputable automotive repair center can provide factory scheduled maintenance under your new vehicle warranty? It's true, you don't need to go to the dealer. You know us, you trust us. So check your owner's manual for scheduled maintenance and let your guys at American Tire do the rest. Engine maintenance, transmission, tire rotation, any scheduled maintenance. American Tire and Service, your guys for all your vehicle maintenance and repairs. See us today.
We'd like to invite you to First Tuesdays, a networking event created specifically for business owners and executives.
Giving you the opportunity to interact on a personal level with business people just like you.
Mark your calendar for every first Tuesday in 2014.
4:30 to 6:30 at Hotel Albuquerque's Q Bar for free hors d'oeuvres, happy hour cash bar,
and networking with fellow business owners and executives.
It's new, it's social, it's your opportunity to make new connections, build relationships, and share new ideas with your peers.
No pressure, no speakers, no roster, and no rules.
And name tags with first names only, so the focus is on you rather than your company.
It's First Tuesdays for business owners and executives, 4:30 to 6:30 at Hotel Albuquerque's Q Bar.
To register, visit firsttuesdaysabq.com. Be there!
Hi, I just saw Robert Wagner on television reading a script about reverse mortgages. You know, Robert doesn't know anything about reverse mortgages, but I do. Every month at Frost Mortgage, we loan hundreds of thousands of dollars to seniors to eliminate their mortgage payments for the rest of their lives. How much better would your life be if you didn't have a mortgage payment to make next month? If you're 62 or older, give us a call and we'll show you how this wonderful mortgage program works.
Keeping brothers and sisters together is the mission of El Ranchito de los Niños.
El Ranchito is a loving and stable children's home where brothers and sisters can live together as they grow into adulthood or until they can be reunited with their families.
Years ago, our company, Sundance Mechanical and Utility, had a nonprofit that gave to other organizations that helped families, either with rental assistance or money or washers, dryers, whatever the families needed. We decided that we wanted to make sure that we were directly helping children. So we thought the best way to do that would be starting a children's home. Children that lose their parents, it's very hard, or that they can't live with their parents, but to actually lose a brother and a sister and not be able to live with them, it's hard for them to not have them in their lives. So we felt a need to have the siblings stay together. There's children in our community around the state that have parents that cannot take care of them. So we want to ensure that these children have their brothers and sisters to grow up with.
El Ranchito serves any child age 0 to 18. We do a couple of things. We try to figure out where there are a lack of services for children and try to meet that need. So for example, in New Mexico, there aren't very many programs that take entire sibling groups under the age of 5. And so we were willing to do that. Our goal and our belief is that siblings that are allowed to grow up together are far better off and experience far less trauma. El Ranchito offers an opportunity for these children to come to a new and different and better place so that they can launch into adulthood as fully functioning, loving, caring, nurturing human beings.
What I like about El Ranchito is they help you to succeed and get you ready for when you graduate to get on and onto your own and prepared. They give me the opportunity to have a job and they support it, and when I'm having problems they're always there and they're always asking, well, what can we do to help out? What can we do to make whatever you want to do possible? I've learned to keep going when there's doubts or times are tough. Never give up, pretty much whatever I do. My favorite thing about El Ranchito is I'm able to show animals, and I'm allowed to get a good education, and I know they're always going to be there for me.
The basic needs for these children is food, clothing, and education. And you can help out in all those ways. We send our children to private schools so they can get the best education possible, and so you can also help out with tuition.
Since every bite of food, every shirt on a child's back is a gift from someone, we spend a lot of time seeking those gifts to ensure that the children receive the care that they have been promised. This is a place where they're growing up. This is where they experience love, brain development, where they learn to read, where they say their prayers just before bed. People take care of them and love them and nurture them.
We take no state or federal funding, so everything that the children have here is given to us by donors. So you could help out by giving money, by being volunteers, or by just coming and bringing anything that we need for these children.
For me to be here is peace and joy, laughter, love. I love the kids, they return the love, and it makes me smile, and I go home very happy. And I always get back more than what I give.
My goals for El Ranchito would be that these children know that they have a stable home to live in, that they have self-worth, that there is a God, and that they have enough background that they're able to go on from here and have a productive, happy life.
Your gift makes it possible for children to experience a safe childhood through nurturing and love. To find out how you can help, call this number or go to elranchitonm.org.
Well, that's Who Rocks for this week. I hope you liked the show as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. For more information on the Who Rocks segments or to find out how your organization can rock New Mexico, we invite you to go online to whorocksnm.com. I'm Richard Holcomb, inviting you to join us again next week for another Who Rocks New Mexico. Have a great week, everybody.